and welcome to KitbashCarnage live number 2. Sorry, I'm just trying to finesse the camera here. Well, once again, the camera angle situation is, hold on, let me just sort this out. Let's sort this out. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. For some reason, there's no way of me to actually look at this before I do it, if that makes sense. Like, actually see the live before I go live on your phone. And if there is, I don't know about it. So, apologies. Let's just try to do what we can do here. Alright, I do apologize. This is an epic fail. But let's see what we can come up with. Okay, so the phone's just going to stay like that. It's hanging off the tripod, but it will do. I'm not finicking around with it anymore, or am I? Alright. Alright, that's all we're going to do. I have a lot to do, so I'm not going to mess around with it anymore. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to lower down the music that I have in my headset playing, so I can't hear myself. Right, let's go. So, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, KitbashCarnage. Apologies for that 2 minutes of epic failures, but today we are going to use this base, this sprue of, I think it's some type of Necron. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone will know in chat probably what this exactly is, but we're going to use this along with this base and create some type of diorama, little Kitbash diorama, and we're also going to use some fine wire, and we're going to make it so the Necron is shooting a Chaos or a Space Marine type of guy, and then both of them are going to be exploding at the exact same time. So I know that sounds a bit crazy, but just bear with me. So first we're going to have to stick together the actual Necron itself. Like I said, correct me who it is. I don't know who it is, but you might know who it is in chat. Hello, Ivy, is it? Sorry for mispronouncing your name if that's it, but hello, welcome to chat, welcome to live, hope you're well. Let's get this going. What we're going to attempt right now is basically an exploded Necron and an exploded Chaos Space Marine or Space Marine, depending on what it turns out like in the end. And the two of them are going to be held together with wire on this base. So, yeah. I don't really know what we're going to do, to be honest. We'll see what comes out with in the end, guys. We're not very organized on this channel. Hello, Cam Suckery. Hope you're well. Apologies if I miss anyone as well. I do forget to read chat sometimes, so if I miss you and you've said something, apologies. But yeah, this is the worst part for me. Apart from painting, the worst part is getting off all this stuff off the sprues. But you'll be thankful to know that I have done some pre-drilling of some bits, so we won't have to bear with me and my shaky hands of drilling some stuff. But there's a lot of stuff we still need to drill. A lot of holes we need to fill. And let's just hope I don't misplace any of these bits. Now this sprue, we're actually going to use this sprue, so keep the sprue. And let's just get cracking. So, hold on, I'll move this out of the way. Alright, I don't want to mix up any of these bits, so I'll get the bits for the Necron and put him in place. Main body. Main body goes there. That's gonna go in there, I'm guessing. Upside down. Apologies for the camera angle, everyone. This is gonna go here. We'll quickly file off some of them bits that are sticking out. We'll get a trusty little nail file and give these a little bit of a filing down. Hope everyone is doing well, by the way. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you came by my channel. Let me know how you came by my channel, if you are a fellow subscriber, or if it's just popped up, because I know a hell of a lot of people are not actually subscribed that watch my stuff. I don't know how any of this algorithm stuff works out, to be honest. I just record myself doing things and post, and hopefully someone likes what we do. So we're just going to file up these rough bits here from when we took it off the sprue. I'm not too worried about the base here, because that's going to be attached to the base when we do that. And then we file up the side here of the torso, just a little bit. Just making sure this flashing is kind of standing flat in a way. Alright. Now, we're going to get a trusty old friend, Tamiya epoxy extra thin. If anyone doesn't know, this is actually like a plastic welding glue instead of just a normal super glue. Whereas we have normal super glue here and stuff. That's just basic super glue. Basically what I'm building, Ivy, is it's going to be a diorama based off of this base. It's going to be a Necron shooting a Space Marine, and the two of them are going to be shooting each other at the exact same time, but they're going to be exploded. And what I mean by exploded is each one is going to be, well, exploded. So they shoot, it's basically like, I don't know if you play video games, but you know when you're in a first-person shooter video game and you shoot someone and you kill them the exact same time they kill you? Well, yeah, that's basically what's going to happen here. Two of them have faced each other and they shot their gun, and the two of them have killed each other at the exact same time. So we're going to try and make the two of them explode. So it's a lot of drilling holes, manipulating wire. I have a I did have a pre-done bullet that was here, and I've after taken the lid off, and it's probably dropped somewhere. Go back and chat. You've probably seen a bullet fell somewhere around here, but we need a single bullet in order to make this whole thing look kind of good on the Necron side. Now, if I can get this in here, it would be absolutely fantastic. I'm probably missing a bit. Am I missing a bit? No, that's not the bit. That's not the bit. That's not the bit. That looks like the bit. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, this is KitbashCarnage. We are very kind of carnage. Basically, things don't always go to plan. Well, is everything supposed to go to plan in this hobby? You know, it's all about learning at the end of the day. And if everything goes to plan, then what's the fun of it? Yes, we've kind of snipped that there. As you can see, we've snipped that, bent that off, but this whole thing's going to be broken up, so we're not really too fussed about that. Oh. These are all going to go in place. I'm just trying to pre-check. Yeah, there we go. I'm guessing that goes in there. Pre-check, basically, about these whole situations. Guys, I am terrible at I'm so bad at putting pre-made stuff together. I hate doing this. Along with painting, sticking prefabricated stuff together is so bad for me. Alright. So this is supposed to slide in here. Supposed to is the big question, because it's not. So do you know what? Let's just stick the torso on, because you're actually slowing me down. And to be honest, I don't even need that arm. So that arm's just going to stay off. Sorry guys, but I need to resort to how I usually build, because this is starting to take way too long for me. Alright, that's stuck in there. Like, why? Why would you have something made where it has to go in a specific hole like there, and then we have to stick on the torso, and then we have to stick on that? Can we not just put bits to bits? And look at this. All I want to do is stick that arm in there. Get the hot glue gun out. We're getting the hot glue gun out. I'm so sorry, but the hot glue gun is coming out, because this has to stay in that hole, and if it doesn't, then, well, this won't work. So, hot glue, that goes in there. Hot glue, and then this on top. Now, I'm so sorry for anyone that actually does all this perfect, and, you know, you don't, no clickbait here. It's KitbashCarnage for a reason, you know. I just used hot glue, and we just stuck that together. Yes, it's not perfect, but I don't really care if it's perfect or not. It has to go in that hole. Like, why? Why do you have a little thing there that has to go in a hole right there? Like, right. I did have a little, here we go. Let's try get this in here. Alright, finally, we got that in. Alright, that's in, that's joined up, that looks good to me. That's fantastic. Alright. Fantastic. We've got him half made. Absolutely brilliant. Time to stick his head on and then leave him alone. Watch, we've lost his head. Bet you we've lost his head now. There's the dude. Here's another dude. Anybody in chat know where this guy's head's gone? Anybody? Can anybody tell me where the head's gone? Because right, we've got his arm. Oh, there's his head. Right. His head is gonna go in here. Please just go in, head. Please just get in. Thank you. No. Yes. No. I'm guessing we had to stick that on beforehand as well. But you know, how are we supposed to know that? We don't have instructions. So what I'm going to do is goodbye. Cut that off. Hot glue. And stick that head on. And yes, it's messy, but you know what? I just got that head on. So there. The head's on. He's ready to go. Leave him alone. Next is the more complicated part, because this guy has to be more or less glued together as well and then exploded. So let's quickly just, I'm not even going to mess about here. We're just hot gluing everything. Hot glue everything, because it's all going to have to be exploded in a minute. Right, that's enough there. Head's okay. Right, he's fine. All right, now that's placement. Cut this rock nubbin down. All right, you know what? So I don't know if anyone knows or not, but cork is your friend. When making bases, cork is your friend. Why? Because just take a chunk of cork and do this with your nails and you've got a rock. Okay? There you go. You've got a rock. Stick that on top of that. Pew. Done. Stick that there. Done. Make a big hole in there for him to go. Make a little hole there for that to go. Right. So that's how that's going to be. Next, we kind of have to align this guy in his position. So he's going to be here. Like that. Now this guy has to have his legs exploded, which means we have to do some drilling. So while we're doing some drilling, if anybody in chat wants to ask any questions, I'll have a look and see can I actually answer them, because I'll be more focused on the chat now. If anybody doesn't want to ask a question, I don't blame you, because who knows if I can answer the question correctly or not. But right now, like I said, we're drilling these holes. This is to connect all the pieces together as if the piece or the guy has exploded via the Necron laser beam. And once the holes have been all drilled, we'll then continue to build the diorama thing itself. But you're better off pre-drilling all these holes so everything will fit good. You can dry fit stuff. And we need the head to come up too. Apologies for the camera angle. But like I said, we're trying to get this set up on the go. Once we get the phone set up a little bit better, and I have a microphone that I can set up, but then if I get the phone set up sorted and the microphone set up sorted, by that time I should probably get the PC sorted, so I won't be on the phone. In time, everything will get better. Just bear with me. Alright. Now what we need to do is get some more of this glue. Alright. Whatever you do, don't be using the same snips like I do for everything, because you're bound to destroy your snips. And then don't come crying to me when your snips are destroyed. Alright, we're just going to try to attach this arm onto here. And he won't fit, so we're just going to have to file it down a bit. Alright, hopefully that will fit in now. Yep. So it fits. We're going to use hot glue because we've actually filed away an awful lot of material there. So the hot glue kind of counts. You can use sprue glue as well, guys. I don't know if you know what sprue glue is. Sprue glue is like Tamiya extra thin cement with sprues put into it. And that will also act as a filler and a glue. So you can use that as well, just to let you know. So as you see, we've drilled some holes here. We need to get the final hole drilled in here in his hand, or arm, shall I say. And then we can start sticking these together, and then we can explode our Necron. For anyone who has stayed this long, you will understand in the long run what we are talking about when we mean explode, because we have said that word a lot of times right now. Right. Excuse me. Right, so this wire, we're going to use this wire to interlock all them pieces that we have now exploded. Okay. So basically, getting a little bit of, well, what we'll do is we'll get a little bit of hot glue, because it all intermingles in the end. Now this wire is so thin you can barely see it. And you cut that off. And we're just going to attach all the wire onto this guy first before we move on to the Necron. Making sure you leave enough excess kind of bits sticking out, so then you can also stick the other bits inside. And you're probably like, what is he talking about? Stick the other bits inside. But the bits we drilled holes in, the body parts that are supposed to attach there, you're going to need to stick them somehow onto this. So you need the excess wire, if that makes sense. Oh. Right. Let's make sure you have your hot glue in, guys. Because like I said, that's gonna be holding this wire in place. And the one thing I hate is the stringiness of hot glue. Someone did actually say about a hairdryer, but my partner is asleep right now, and the last thing I want to be doing is getting a hairdryer out and start blasting it. So we'll just bear with it. Also, these stringy bits can count as guts and stuff. So yeah, we'll just go with that. Now attaching these other bits here. And then we should just move on and keep on putting the rest of the bits that we drilled the holes in on. Okay. Hot glue, as I said, it's extra tricky. You have to watch it, guys, with hot glue. You just want little drabs, drips and drabs on there. Alright, and then let's get this arm. Hate the stringiness of hot glue, guys. Absolutely hate it. KitbashCarnage for a reason, everyone. Alright, so that's kind of what we're going for. I know it doesn't make sense now, but it will when it's all painted and stuff like that. We'll stick the other arm on. And this arm, we need kind of facing upwards, if that makes sense, in a way. So we'll face it like that. So yeah. That's what we're going for. So he looks kind of exploded. And I would do the same thing to the Necron, but we had to obviously make the Necron first before we did that to it. And like I said, hot glue absolutely everywhere on this thing. But yeah. We go with it, guys. We'll stick the other shoulder pad on. And then we'll move on to the Necron and explode him. Alright. So that's him done so far. Move on to the Necron. So with the Necron, he's going to be here. The arm's missing already. And we'll take a big chunk out of here, I say. Let's just explode this. Alright. Just trying to cut it up, make it look like a bullet has kind of ricocheted and gone through here. Because what we're going to do now is get another piece of wire. And this wire is going to be going through the gun and moving all the way up to him. So, wait, we'll get... this here, and if we chop this a little bit, make it look like this is being blown up. And what we need to do now is attach a wire in here, and that is going to go into the Necron. So hold on, let me get this. We need to file this first. File a flat. And hopefully don't pierce this. Basically what I'm up to is creating a wee little diorama of an exploded dude here, and then a Necron dude. Yeah. I don't really know what I'm up to be honest, but yeah. We'll figure out it in the end. We'll find out how, what happens, and if what's in my head comes to life, it should look a bit cool. If it doesn't come to life, then it will still be fun, eh? So let's see what we can do. Right, no need to make a hole here. We got a pretty big hole, so what we're going to do with this is just cover it with hot glue. So the hot glue, as we all know, is stringy, and not only that, but the hot glue is going to hold the wire, wherever the wire is. Here we go. This wire into place. Let's stick this wire in here. Try hold that wire and get rid of this stringiness of hot glue while we're at it. Alright, so look at it. It's all over me. It's all over me. Man, do you know, I usually sketch some stuff up, but I tend to just go, do you know what? I'm thinking about it right now. The idea is fresh in my brain. Let's just do it. Because if I don't, I'll procrastinate and never do it. So, and learn from my mistakes is one thing, because there's a lot of mistakes that I make. you're gonna learn how to definitely not and what to do and all that. Oh, there we go. All right. Don't use hot glue. Step 1. Alright, get this in this hole before this dries up. Alright. Now we need to kind of orientate this arm as if it is blown up. So if the arm was blown off, it would kind of go that way, I would think. Like if I shot here, it would bend backwards. No, pretty much, yeah. I think it would. Oh, yeah, and that would be off like that. Right. So yeah, I think that's alright. We're also just going to get this Dremel out. Sorry for your ears, everyone. We're going to do a little bit of battle damage. Battle damage, you know what I mean? Alright. That looks good to me. Now, the thing is, sticking all this stuff together. This is the issue. Also, the issue is trying to get another bullet. So, I did have one of these little tiny bullets already taken off and everything. But I think we're going to go for the next plan, which is to make a bullet out of this. So you might be wondering, oh, yeah, wouldn't be KitbashCarnage without knocking the whole thing over. But we're going to make a bullet out of this, which means we have to make a straight, roughly figure out how far away our bullet's going to be, which, if we give it that much length, should be to suffice. Then we have to stick our bullet in our gun. And hot glue, hot glue. All right. So yeah, bear with me, everyone. I know it all looks a bit crazy right now, but it will look even crazier in the end. All right, here we go. So that's our bullet. Our bullet, right? Now, if we can just... All right. So now we need to get our bullets out of this gun into the other guy, which will mean we have to do more drilling. You know what we like to do, more drilling. Now, in fairness, we're going to cheat. We're going to just cut this off because it's going to be hella hard to drill through that hole. So we're just going to cut that little nubbin off there, the barrel, and we're going to drill through that instead. All right, let me get a little file to this. All right. Another trick, what I like to do is I like to pinch real tight where I'm drilling because it kind of holds the plastic together in a way. Stops you from veering off sometimes, and it doesn't always work, but here, it's better than not giving it a go, isn't it? And yeah, in this case, it's not really working out, but listen, like I said, it's better than not giving it a go. So, because the Necron beam is kind of thicker than a bullet, we're going to use paper clips. So I like to have a few different types of paper clips lying around, different thicknesses. So we'll go with this thickness, the thick one. And let's just get ourselves a little chunk out of this. Like I said, never use, don't do what I do, guys. You know, I'm a bit silly when I cut stuff like this with my stuff. So yeah, don't do that. Or do it. Who am I to tell you what to do? You're your own person. Do whatever you want. But it's a bit smarter to not do that. Because you're just blunting down your tools. But I got these from Temu. No affiliate, no sponsorship. And the thing cost me about £1.50. So I don't really care. To be honest. Alright, these are going to get glued in here. Like this. So let's get our trusty old friend hot glue again. And we'll wait for this to eventually heat up. And then give us some. There we go. Now. And we're just going to try place these laser beams on this in a certain variation or a certain way that we can make them in the end look like they're shooting out into our guy. So try to hold them in a certain position that they will actually dry straight. And that's the good thing about hot glue, is it works pretty fast. So we got that done. Now all we have to do is glue these guys down and paint and whatnot and put more scenery down and all that jazz. They're far from done, but that's the hard part done. Alright. So we've got one of them done. He's down. And then we have to stick this guy down in a position that his bullet faces him. Okay, so this is where the Carnage comes out of KitbashCarnage. Alright, so as you can see, our dilemma. We need this guy to be facing in a certain position, preferably like this, I would think. Probably a bit lower, which means he has to be up higher. So all we can do then is take him off and build up a higher base, which it's just going to be a matter of more cork. And then just pinch the sides to get that look of a rock. So pinching the sides like that. And then we just need to stick this on top. Apparently there's magnets underneath that. I wish I didn't know. Right, we'll stick that there. Now let's have a look if he is a bit higher. That's preferably the size. Excuse me. We'll cut this big chunk out here for his foot with the rock. And then we'll just put down our hot glue in order to stick them back down. Yeah, hot glue is so unbelievably stringy. I really need to try out that hairdryer trick. Because it tends to go absolutely everywhere. Leave a like if hot glue is your worst nightmare, because it's mine. Along with not having any patience. That's another one of my downfalls. Right. He's in position. Now we have to stick him in position. Let's get all this hot glue strands off him. And off my finger. And off everywhere. Alright. There's only a little position that he can go onto. Alright. That little position is right here. he also needs to go up a bit. Oh, days. Right, so we get a little bit more cork. We've got a little bit here. Piece of cork go there. And then we get our last drop of hot glue on him. Hopefully stick him down. All right, you can kind of see what we're trying to do here. All we have to do is maneuver the laser beams and that's the bullet. So that's kind of what it's looking like. Apart from everything's going over that way. So let's just straighten them up. Here we go. All right. What we could do actually is, if we get this string of hot glue away, thank you very much, we could hot glue these two in a better position right there. So if we get this and just, because that's kind of going to be a laser beam explosion type of thing, if that makes sense. So we could have it like that realistically. There we go. It's not perfect, but it's something. We just have to straighten up the bullet. And this bullet is going to be painted in a way that it will basically be invisible all the way up to here. And then you're going to snip here and turn this into a bullet. So paint this end bit here into a bullet. And then this would just be turned into the green Necron laser beam. And then this is just obviously exploded from getting shot. And then he has exploded from being shot. So in order to get this a bit more, I don't know, cool looking, we'll just put down a few little bits of scenery. I have this that I printed out. It's just a little, I don't know, square looking thing. And we'll stick that on this guy. So we'll just stick that there. And then I also have a little control panel that I think the control panel might look a little bit cool somewhere. Or it might just take up too much room. Let's just leave that out. But stuff like this, sprues, you get some sprues, you just chop the sprue up. Bit of sprue. Put some hot glue on that. And just stick it down somewhere. Just adds a little bit of texture, a little bit of something to the whole bit itself. Any more bits, like we have a little toolbox thing here. We can add this onto it. Just giving it that bit more of appeal. If it will stick and not stick to our fingers anymore, there we go. And then, I don't know anything else. We got some more cork. Stick some excess cork down. Sticking stuff down in different areas, different angles. It all works to play the part. And then, like I said, we can you can manipulate these arms and stuff in certain areas. The head to give it that exploded look. So it's not too bad. And then, like I said, when we paint it all up, prime it, paint it up, it will look a little bit better. Everything will tie in. Yeah. Sorry for waffling and going on, but I do appreciate everyone for staying here this long. And like I said, subscribe, or like I haven't said all this time, but do subscribe, like, leave a comment, and stay tuned for the next one, because we're just gonna keep on bashing out stuff like this. I have a few more hours to go on this 24-hour stream. Not this stream, but the rally I'm doing. I also did this guy just basically a while ago. So this is like a chaos sorcerer, and he's carrying. It's basically like a medkit thing. It has like a sledgehammer, grenades, the book of the gods, like a tablet to write down stuff. But yeah, make sure you just keep on watching and hit that notification bell to be notified when we drop a video. And yeah, thank you everyone. Come back and see crazy ideas like this that we have going on. Thank you again. See y'all later.